What happens when one of Hollywood's most celebrated stars walks into a live talk show and delivers statements that leave even seasoned hosts speechless? Joy Behar leans forward, eyes wide, as the audience erupts into applause and excited murmurs. Make sure to subscribe to Fame After Hours, and like and comment for more talk show coverage. The studio hums with tension and anticipation. You can feel the energy shift instantly. Sunny Hostin shuffles her notes, looking toward the guest. Tonight, we have Michelle Yeoh joining us. Yes, the Michelle Yeoh. Academy Award nominated, action star, international icon, and someone whose career has spanned decades. Michelle, this week you've made headlines not just for your awards, but for some bold opinions about Hollywood diversity and how films are judged today. The audience murmurs, some cheering, some whispering in anticipation. Michelle smiles calmly, exuding poise. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to have this conversation. It's an important topic. Her presence is commanding yet approachable, and the audience senses that whatever she's about to say may surprise even the hosts. Joy leans back slightly, one eyebrow raised. Well, Michelle, you recently said Hollywood often celebrates the wrong performances and that talented actors sometimes get overlooked because of trends, marketability, or public perception. That's a bold statement. Are you suggesting Hollywood is biased? The audience reacts immediately. Gasps, murmurs, and applause ripple through the room. A woman shouts, "Finally someone saying it," while a man mutters, "Wow, that's bold." Michelle nods thoughtfully. I'm saying the system is not perfect. Sometimes recognition isn't solely about merit. Timing, visibility, and marketability can overshadow raw talent. Sunny leans forward. So, are you implying some award-winning performances aren't fully deserved? Michelle responds carefully, not all, of course. There are countless brilliant actors deserving every accolade. But the system is influenced by many factors beyond craft. And that's what I wanted to highlight, how recognition is sometimes shaped by elements other than skill. Joy laughs lightly, shaking her head. Oh, I don't know if I fully agree. People have debated awards for decades. But Michelle, you're saying now it's different. Michelle nods. Yes. Social media, streaming platforms, and global markets have changed the way performances gain attention. It's not just about talent. Visibility often drives recognition. The audience murmurs in agreement, some shouting, "Exactly," while others quietly counter, "No, talent still matters." The energy is palpable. This is live debate at its best. Whoopi Goldberg leans in, cutting in gently. Michelle, I hear your point, but isn't this shift also positive? Social media gives a platform to voices that were historically ignored. Isn't that a good thing? Michelle smiles, acknowledging the point. Absolutely. I celebrate that change. My concern is balance. Craft shouldn't be lost amid viral moments or trending topics. Sunny Hostin interjects. Okay, Michelle, for younger actors, what advice do you have in this environment where visibility often outweighs craft? Michelle leans forward slightly. Focus on authenticity. Take roles that challenge you. Build your skills and body of work. Social media can help amplify your voice, but it should never replace dedication to craft. Let your performances speak for themselves. Joy Behar smirks, leaning forward. Well, look at that. Michelle Yeoh giving a masterclass in wisdom on live TV. But let me push. Are some performances overrated because they went viral? Michelle considers carefully. Not overrated. Effort is always there. But attention doesn't always equal merit. Recognition should be thoughtful, not just driven by trends. The audience reacts, some clapping, some whispering, others debating quietly. Amen, shouts someone, while another murmurs, I don't agree. The tension is real, but respectful. Whoopi Goldberg folds her hands, looking thoughtful. All right, Michelle, after the break, we'll discuss specifics. How can Hollywood balance visibility, social media, and genuine talent? This conversation is just beginning. The cameras pull back slightly. The audience buzzes, phones recording, and social media posts are already flying. Michelle Yeoh's bold statements have set the stage for a memorable live talk show moment, and everyone in the studio knows this episode will be talked about for days. The cameras return from a brief break, and the audience is buzzing with excitement. Whoopi Goldberg leans forward, clasping her hands together. Welcome back, everyone. Before the break, Michelle Yeoh shared her bold thoughts about Hollywood recognition, visibility, and craft. Now, we want to hear from the audience and see what people really think. The crowd erupts into applause and cheers. Sunny Hostin picks up a microphone and gestures to a woman in the front row. All right, first question. Go ahead, please. The woman stands, smiling nervously. Hi, Michelle. I love your work. But I'm curious, if visibility often overshadows talent, how should young actors navigate Hollywood today? Michelle nods appreciatively. Thank you. I think the most important thing is authenticity. Focus on roles that challenge you and help you grow as an actor. Build a body of work that speaks for itself. Social media can amplify your presence, but it shouldn't replace skill or hard work. Let your craft shine first. Joy Behar leans forward with a playful grin. So basically, ignore the hype and do your homework. I love it. Live TV gold right there. The audience laughs, clapping and cheering. A young man in the middle row raises his hand. Michelle, don't you think social media is part of talent now? Like, if you can't go viral, you're missing opportunities. Michelle smiles, thoughtful. I understand that perspective. Social media is important and can open doors. But we must differentiate visibility from validation. Just because a performance trends doesn't mean it's the best work. True recognition should balance craft with attention, not rely solely on either. The audience murmurs in agreement, some nodding, some debating. Exactly, someone shouts, while another whispers, I'm not so sure. The room is electric with energy. Whoopi Goldberg leans in. Michelle, I get your point, but people tune in for entertainment too. Hollywood thrives on glamour, trends, and buzz. Isn't it just part of the business now? Michelle nods slowly. Absolutely. Entertainment is part of it. My concern is that it shouldn't replace the substance of the craft. There's room for both, but balance is essential. Sunny Hostin flips a page in her notes. So hypothetically, if you could change one thing about Hollywood recognition, what would it be? Michelle takes a breath. I would emphasize peer evaluation more. Actors and industry professionals recognizing talent consistently. I'd also encourage discussions about craft, not just viral moments or marketing campaigns. Recognition should reward sustained excellence, not just trending performances. Joy Behar claps lightly, grinning. I like that. But you're basically asking people to trust judgment over hype. Good luck with that. The audience laughs and cheers. The camera pans to social media updates displayed on a screen. Tweets scroll by, Michelle Yeoh is speaking truth. Joy Behar looks shocked. Finally someone saying it like it is. The crowd reacts with cheers and laughter. Whoopi Goldberg folds her hands, her tone calm but deliberate. The online reaction is already insane. Michelle, this is just the beginning. Conversations will explode once people leave the studio. How do you feel about that? Michelle smiles warmly. I welcome it. Critique, agreement, debate, it all matters. The discussion is what drives change and reflection. If people leave questioning what they value in Hollywood, that's progress. Sunny Hostin nods. So to summarize, visibility matters, but craft should remain central. Awards and recognition are influenced by trends, but we can still prioritize skill and authenticity. Joy Behar leans back with a grin. And people love a little tension, that's what keeps live TV exciting. Michelle, you've definitely stirred the room tonight. The audience claps, some recording on their phones, others talking animatedly. Tweets are flying across social media. Hashtag #MichelleYeohTheView, #LiveTVDrama, #Hollywood Truth. Whoopi concludes the segment. Alright, after the next break, we're going to dig deeper into specific examples of overlooked performances and what that means for the industry. Stay tuned. This conversation is far from over. The lights dim slightly as the audience buzzes with debate. Michelle Yeoh has already left a strong impression, and everyone in the studio is eagerly anticipating what comes next. The tension is real, authentic, and exactly what makes a talk show unforgettable. The cameras return after the break, and the studio energy is almost electric. Whoopi Goldberg leans forward, scanning the audience before turning to Michelle Yeoh. Welcome back. Before the break, we discussed how visibility and craft interact in Hollywood. Now, Michelle, let's talk specifics. Some performances that people loved but you think didn't get the recognition they deserved. What examples come to mind? Michelle pauses, choosing her words carefully. I don't want to single anyone out unfairly, but there are incredible actors whose subtle, nuanced performances often get overlooked because they don't have big publicity campaigns or viral moments. The talent is there, but recognition doesn't always follow. Joy Behar leans back with a smirk. Ah, there it is, stirring the pot a little. But Michelle, come on, aren't awards always a mix of luck, timing, and politics? I mean, people have been complaining about this forever. Michelle nods. I understand that. And I'm not claiming to have all the answers. But my concern is awareness. We need to see the full picture, celebrate performances based on skill, and not just trends. Sunny Hostin jumps in, tone curious but firm. But don't you think the system has changed for the better? Social media and streaming platforms allow talented actors from diverse backgrounds to get recognition they never would have had before. Michelle smiles. Absolutely. That's a wonderful change. My point is not to diminish that progress. My point is balance. Craft and visibility should coexist. One shouldn't overshadow the other. A man in the front row stands and raises his hand. Michelle, I get it, but if viral attention is now part of the game, shouldn't actors embrace it fully? Isn't that just the reality of Hollywood? Michelle leans forward. It is part of the reality, yes. But embracing it shouldn't replace dedication to craft. Visibility is a tool, not a measure of talent. We need to remember what the work is truly about: storytelling, depth, and skill. The audience murmurs in agreement, some clapping, others whispering doubts. True, shouts one person. Nah, mutters another. The energy is high, with voices overlapping, as real debate unfolds. Joy chuckles, shaking her head. I get it, Michelle Yeoh is schooling all of us tonight. But let's be honest, some of these viral stars are talented too. You can't deny that hype can reveal hidden gems. Michelle nods. Yes, hype can highlight talent, and that's exciting. But recognition should be based on consistent quality, not just one viral moment. That's the distinction I want people to understand. Whoopi Goldberg folds her hands, watching carefully. Michelle, I have to ask, do you ever feel frustrated that this conversation might be misinterpreted? That people might think you're dismissing social media entirely? Michelle smiles. Not at all. I welcome social media, public opinion, and debate. What I want is nuance. We can celebrate platforms, trends, and viral moments while also valuing real craft. Both can exist together. Sunny Hostin nods thoughtfully. And this is why audiences love these conversations. We're not just talking about awards or fame, we're talking about culture, perception, and what it means to truly excel in your field. Joy Behar leans forward, teasing. All right, Michelle, you're making all the hosts work tonight. The audience is loving it. We can see it in their reactions. The camera pans across the crowd. Applause, standing ovations, and murmurs of debate. Social media updates flash on screens. Michelle Yeoh is speaking truth. Joy Behar looks stunned. Finally someone says it like it is. The energy is real, unfiltered, and electrifying. Whoopi smiles subtly. All right, we're heading into the last segment after this break. We'll take more audience questions, discuss social media reactions, and explore what happens next in Hollywood after tonight's conversation. Don't go anywhere, this is just getting started. The lights dim slightly as the audience buzzes, phones out, recording, and tweeting. Michelle Yeoh's presence has already left a mark. The tension, debate, and engagement in the studio are undeniable. One thing is clear: this episode will be remembered long after. The cameras return for the final segment, and the studio is buzzing. Whoopi Goldberg leans forward, her signature calm intensity in place. Welcome back, everyone. Michelle Yeoh's insights tonight have already set social media on fire, and the audience here is clearly engaged. Let's talk about what comes next, the aftermath of a conversation like this. Sunny Hostin gestures to the audience. Hands up, who agrees with Michelle that craft should be valued over viral attention? Dozens of hands shoot up, cheers and applause filling the room. Some people nod enthusiastically, while others whisper to neighbors, debating quietly. Joy Behar smiles, shaking her head in amazement. I can't believe it, Michelle Yeoh just left me speechless tonight. But seriously, look at the audience. People are reacting live, discussing, questioning, and thinking critically. That's the kind of impact we hoped for. A young woman stands, holding her phone. Michelle, your points really resonated. I tweeted about it as soon as you said it. It feels like finally someone is speaking truth about Hollywood recognition. The audience claps loudly, some standing, some recording the moment on their phones. Whoopi nods. And it's not just in the studio. Social media is exploding. Tweets like Michelle Yeoh shuts down the view, Joy Behar speechless, and finally someone speaking truth in Hollywood are trending worldwide. People are debating talent, visibility, and what awards really mean. Michelle smiles warmly. I welcome the conversation. Critique, agreement, debate, it all matters. If even one person leaves tonight reconsidering how they view recognition or values craft over hype, that's a success. Sunny leans in. So the takeaway is clear: visibility matters, but skill and authenticity should remain central. Recognition should reward consistent excellence, not just trending moments. That's what Michelle is reminding us all. Joy Behar chuckles. And let's be honest, people love a little tension. That's what makes live talk shows exciting. Michelle has stirred the room tonight, and the energy is real. The audience is buzzing, and you can feel it. The camera pans across the studio. People are standing, debating among themselves, phones out capturing every moment. Social media updates continue to roll. Hashtag Michelle Yeoh The View, hashtag Live Talk Show Drama, hashtag Hollywood Truth. Clips of her bold statements are shared rapidly, sparking conversations online about awards, craft, and visibility. Whoopi folds her hands. The aftermath of this conversation will be fascinating. Expect interviews, podcasts, YouTube breakdowns, and endless tweets. Michelle has set the stage for a debate that will continue long after tonight. Michelle nods. I hope it encourages reflection. Hollywood is evolving, and these conversations help people appreciate both craft and exposure. Both can coexist if we remain thoughtful and aware. Sunny smiles. And for everyone watching at home, remember, your voice matters too. Engage, comment, debate, but think critically. That's how change happens, and that's what makes talk shows like this meaningful. Joy Behar leans forward, smirking. Michelle Yeoh, you've made a lasting impact tonight. People are already talking, tweeting, and debating. Live TV doesn't get any better than this. Whoopi turns to the camera for the closing words. All right, viewers, now it's your turn. Share your opinion in the comments and subscribe to Fame After Hours for more real talk show stories. Michelle Yeoh has sparked the conversation. It's up to you to continue it. The cameras slowly pull back, capturing the buzzing audience, phones flashing, social media exploding with reactions. The studio lights dim, but the energy remains electric. Michelle Yeoh has made her mark. Bold statements, thought-provoking ideas, and a conversation that will ripple far beyond this episode. Live talk show magic, authentic, real, and unforgettable.